I don't have Haaland.
You don't have Haaland?
No. All right, welcome back. I'm back from Europe. Manchester United has had a terrible month, and I unfortunately got to witness it in person, live in the flesh. All right. No Premier League this weekend. International break brings along a lot of boredom. So that means we're doing our quick little team of the season so far. Now, Jono, I just told you that pretty much yesterday, and you've cooked something up. What formation are we going with?
So the formation we are going with is a 4-2-4.
Okay.
Unexpected, but we've gone with a 4-2-4 attack formation. All right, goalkeeper. It was a bit of a toss-up. I had Vicario and Leno. This is the only one that I was a bit tossing up on, but I reckon I'd go with Vicario, to be honest. Pretty good start to life at Tottenham. They've had a great start as a team this season, and I reckon he deserved that spot so far, 8 games into the season.
I like him, but I don't love him just yet. I think Alisson's been great for Liverpool. That was my guy just off the eye test. But as always, I got to bring it back to the stats, John. Best goalkeeper in terms of shot stopping so far this season is it's Alfonso Areola, West Ham. West Ham. Have to give props to him. So that's who I would have had. Because to be honest, we don't get to watch all 20 goalkeepers at 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. So I just backed the stats on that one.
Yeah.
Moving on to the back line, John. Left back. This is where I play and dominate.
This should be Destiny Udogie. I think that can't be disputed too much, to be honest, this season.
Good.
New man on the block, another Tottenham player again, and he's been great on both sides of the ball, to be honest. Quite a surprise package, but yeah. He's just got that hunger, he's got that physicality as well, and he's just got to drive, so that really pays off for him.
Yeah, the timing of the tackles as well. Like, you're winning duels. Duels are more technical than everyone thinks, and I think Udogie proves that. He doesn't have the biggest body, but he gets around. He gets around. All right, defense.
So my 2 centre-backs, I've gone with Saliba and Anderson.
Okay,
So
I'm halfway there. I
reckon you had Saliba, didn't you?
Yeah, I had Saliba. I think you're looking at, like, Saliba's an all-round centre-back now. He's got a bit of everything. Yeah. And they're top of the table for a reason. And the other one I had
this weekend against Haaland as well. So
yeah,
you're gonna give it to him.
The other one I had was Van de Ven from Spurs. Spurs spend a lot of the time defending at the halfway line, which makes a defender's job near impossible to be perfect. It feels in transition, and I think he's the perfect transition defender. Chasing back to goal. And I think he suits Spurs, and Spurs suit him with what Anderson's trying to do. Perfect. Yeah. So that's why I would have had. Anderson's a great shout. There's plenty in the Premier League. We haven't seen City with the same defensive resilience, and a lot of the top teams haven't had good defenses so far this season.
There hasn't been many clean sheets at all. I think with the way they play as well, the Spurs this year, a lot of the back four and the midfield as well with Basuma, they all really suit the system. And they're showing that they can really play with when they have the right people around them.
Too easy. All right, right back. We should be on the same wavelength. Yeah, say it with me on the count of 3.
Yeah, all right, let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Kieran Trippier. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
See, I wasn't going to go with him at first because Newcastle and him, they had a pretty poor start to the season. First 4 games, he was all right, but as a team, they were pretty bad compared to the expectations coming into the season. But the last 4 games in the league and then in the Cup and the Champions League, they've just been amazing. He's really stepped up his game defensively and offensively. And yeah, I'd have to give it to him right now.
I mean, I think he's, I've got it down here, he's one of the chance creators you'll see at fullback that doesn't really make you sacrifice in terms of your defensive shape or anything. I know it's nice to have Dan Burn on the left to compensate, but I've never really worried about him defensively too much, which is great to see. On top of that, you said they had a poor start. They did versus City, and who'd they have the other week? They had Brighton, they had City, they had Liverpool.
Yeah, but you can't give City as an excuse now when you're one of the top 3 or 4 teams.
Yeah. fine margins, but you lose every game just on the finest of margins, apart from the Brighton one.
Exactly.
I don't think Trippier is to blame for any of those performances, to be honest. Anyways, midfield, John.
All right, here's my midfield too. Any guesses on who I've got there?
Well, the guy from Man City who's a bit of a thug nowadays has to be there, Rodri.
He is, yeah.
And you said attacking midfielder, so James Maddison, welcome to a two-man midfield.
That's it. That's the midfield too. Rodri and James Maddison.
Before we get into how good those guys are, I've gone with a midfield three. So I've got Declan Rice on top of that, because I looked at my team and I wasn't sure where to put my last man, and I just thought, okay, Arsenal's top of the table, whatever, and Declan Rice has come into the team, pretty much not had to deal with any sort of growing pains. He's gone in day one, and it's been consistent 8 out of 10 performances.
Yeah.
And it feels like if you're a defender, if you're a defensive midfielder, if they're not talking about you, you're probably doing a good job. And Declan Rice has made it so easy so far this season, passing on point. And he's sacrificed, John, because at West Ham, he was doing the box-to-box stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to do that anymore because Kai Havertz is next to him, or one of these idiots that can't really defend is next to him.
But having Declan Rice there also really opens up from Martin Odegaard, because he has to play that midfield three, and he can focus so much more on attack now with Declan Rice there, which I think really unlocks the Arsenal offense, which we've seen this year.
Yeah. All right, let's get into it. You've got an extra attacker.
Yeah.
I had this same indecision because I was thinking maybe two strikers up top. We'll start with the wingers. Left winger.
So
is it a man from Japan?
No, it is not. So the left winger, he's really a striker in this league, but I'll put Alvarez there for now. He's had a great start.
This is some bullshit. He's never played left wing this season.
If you want, we can make it a 4-2-3-1. Put him as a left cam to make yourself happy. But I can't leave him out the team. He's been too good this season. Had to find a spot for him.
Okay.
Had to. And then
I think he's been great. I would have had him in midfield instead of Rice. Like, I consider him a midfielder just the way he's played this year.
He's contributed too much goals and assists. Got to have him up front, in my opinion.
I think he's played like a 10 this year. If you go by where he's played, I think it's a 10 second striker.
I guess you could go. Yeah, that's fair. Right winger, I feel like this is a given. Who do you reckon I've got there?
Mohamed.
Mo Salah. That's correct.
Okay.
He hasn't been at the top of his game in terms of goal scoring, but his playmaking for what I've seen this year has been incredible. Some of the passes he's made to get assists is insane. He's really developed as a player. Before he was mainly just a goal scorer, but seeing him develop this passing game is going to really just up his level as an overall player.
Yeah, he's putting in the work to be a Hall of Famer, whatever that means in Premier League legacy. But I remember like when 2017 happened and Mo Salah won the Golden Boot first season back. We thought it was just a flash in the pan, and then every year he just keeps going. He just keeps going. Because we thought he was a pace merchant. And then every time that limitation was put on him, he does something else. He adds something to his game. He's got amazing core strength, which no one really talks about with Messi and Salah. Like small guys, yes, but the power in their dribbling is insane.
Yeah.
Anyways, up front, John, you've got two strikers. I think I know who they are.
Okay. One of them.
Wait. Okay, keep going.
No. Like, one is obvious. The other one, I'm not sure if you know who it will be, but
I don't think either of my. I don't have Haaland.
You don't have Haaland?
No. I think he's been great, but I think I wasn't sure if we were. I wasn't sure if we thought that Haaland's been at the top of his game.
You're comparing Haaland to like Messi and Ronaldo numbers maybe, and he's been maybe average, but compared to the rest of the league, Haaland is unanimous up front. He's got to be.
I think Haaland, when he's having a average to good spell, is there. But right now, I think he's having a bad spell. And that's why I've got Isaac and Watkins ahead of him just for now. Just for now. It might be reactionary. Okay, good. It might be reactionary just based on the last 2-3 weeks. But I think what you've been able to see, Isaac and Watkins, when they don't score, they still provide value. And the Arsenal game stings with Haaland. The Newcastle game, there's plenty of examples where Haaland, we know if he's not scoring, what is he going to do? You know, defenders are going to have a nightmare. They're going to have a rough day with him. But City, with how they haven't been able to create chances as well as they used to, now with De Bruyne out, a few guys out, Rico Lewis playing midfield, I don't think it looks the same for Haaland. But yeah, like if you ask me, if we were drafting teams, I'm going to war with Erling Haaland.
Yeah. And then on the other side of Ollie Watkins, he's been very consistent all 8 games this year. He only started scoring goals more recently, but I think the first 4 or 5 games this year, he had at least 1 assist in all of those games, and he's been the central focus of their offense. But like, you've got Leon Bailey, the new signing Diaby, and John McGinn all playing off him, and the offense has been flowing well quite nicely this year. Just using
to be like critical, like Emery's always like a defensive manager. That's what everyone says, but it's very free flowing by the seams of it. A lot of the games have been same time as United. I haven't been able to watch, but just the end product alone, Watkins, I guess Haaland can also be put in that conversation, but
of course,
Watkins has been great this season, just on that end. All right, there you have it. Stay tuned for more. We'll be back next week with our usual Premier League predictions, and I think the NBA is getting started as well. So we've got plenty more for you. Please subscribe. Please stay locked in. Subscribe for more.